Welcome to Campfire Curmudgeon. My name is Heidi Schilling, and with me is...
Nicholas Jones.
Who's super pleased to be back on the mic. Doing round 2. We're adding a little bit of information on here on our Bloody Mary sleepover game ritual episode.
Yeah. You didn't ask for a part 2, but like The Godfather, we're going to give you a part 2.
You're going to get it.
And it might even be better than part 1.
Maybe, probably. Some of us are more awake. We've eaten. We're energized. We've got energy drinks. We've got Gatorade. We're ready to go.
And food does things to others that maybe isn't energetic.
Well, I'm energized, so.
Okay, so I'm going to read an article from the internet.
From the internet?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of it? It's this magical place.
The website is allthat'sinteresting.com, and it's the true story of Bloody Mary, the woman behind the mirror, by Chrissy Howard.
Okay, so this is where that legend came from, or one of the ideas of where the legend of Bloody Mary potentially came from.
And then last updated 3 weeks ago. So published in
very cool.
2016, last updated January 31st, 2018.
Very nice.
Despite displaying the usual symptoms of pregnancy, including a swelling of breasts and the ever-growing abdomen, the public remained suspicious of the Queen's recent good fortune, and it didn't take long for rumors of a false pregnancy to start spreading.
And which Queen is this?
This is the start of the story.
You're on page 2.
Oh, am I? Am I on page 2?
You're on page 2.
How am I on page 2?
Because there's a button for page 1.
There's not at the top. Oh, there we go. Previous. All right. Well, that's a little preview bonus.
What is this?
This is the woman behind the infamous Bloody Mary story.
Very nice.
Page
and
1.
Who is this?
Standing in a dark bathroom illuminated by a single candle, you simply look into the mirror and chant her name 3 times, Bloody Mary. A ghost is then said to appear, sometimes holding a dead baby, other times promising to come after yours. While the folklore may be fabricated, the woman behind the mirror and the story of Bloody Mary was as real as can be, and a royal figure at that.
Royal?
Mm-hmm. Known later in life as Queen Mary the first Queen Regnant. It says Regnant, not Regent.
I was like, I think that's supposed to be Regent.
Nope, it's Regnant. The legendary monarch, now known as Bloody Mary, was born February 18th, 1516 in Greenwich, England, at the Palace of Placentia. Happy birthday, belated Queen Mary, because we're recording this on February 23rd.
Interesting.
The only child of Henry V and Catherine of Aragon. I wonder who those guys are. I get royalty messed up all the time. So. Yeah.
Oh, shame on you. How dare you not know your royals?
I mean, who's this Henry VIII I am guy? Mary's lifetime of shame over her own femininity began at the young age of 17, when her father annulled his marriage to her mother, frustrated by the lack of a male heir to the throne. This left young Mary totally separated from her mother and forbidden from ever visiting her again. The king went on to marry his now ex-wife's maid of honor, Anne Boleyn, disappointed him with yet another daughter, Elizabeth. Worried that Mary may interfere with Elizabeth's succession, Boleyn presented Parliament to declare Mary illegitimate and succeeded.
What a dick.
Yeah, kind of a dick move. You're not going to land the throne. There's not really good queen things here. But no male heirs, you're a bastard now.
Rude.
Of course, Boleyn was later beheaded by her husband for treason, but by this time the damage to Mary's name had been done, and she stood last in line for a seat on the throne. Since her teen years, Mary had been plagued with terrible menstrual pains and irregularity in her cycles.
Hence Bloody Mary.
Which would be attributed to her eventual physical and psychological stress later in life. She was also known to be struck with deep and frequent periods of melancholia. Really? A woman in the 1600s feeling melancholy and just despair? Mass depressive spells which would stay with her through her relatively short life. Despite all the odds and afflictions stacked against her, Mary did eventually take the throne at 1553 at the age of 37. promptly married Philip of Spain in hopes of conceiving an heir. Starved for love and forever seeking the approval of her father, Mary would replay his codependent pattern with her new husband, whom she was ready to lavish all her frustrated emotions on. 10 years her junior, and in no way to reciprocate her amorous feelings, Philip fulfilled the negotiated duties expected of a royal marriage, and 2 months later, Mary's greatest wish came through. She came true. She was with child. So it's like, could you imagine, like, just, I'm forced to marry someone who's 10 years different than me. I have no interest in them. They have the hots for me, so I'm just gonna like roll my eyes while performing my royal duties or whatever.
So let's see.
Page 2.
Does it say how old she was?
37.
So, okay, that's not too bad. He wasn't too young.
No.
Just checking.
Yeah. While displaying the usual symptoms of pregnancy.
Here we go.
Including a swelling of breasts and the ever-growing abdomen. I did think this was a weird first sentence.
Yeah, I know. You were like looking at me like, I don't remember reading this before.
Is this going somewhere? Oh, buckle up. The public remains suspicious. Oh, we're going to fake. It's a fake pregnancy. At a time without pregnancy tests in which doctors could not examine a sitting monarch, only time would tell if these rumors bore any truth. Until then, the people of England and Spain kept tabs on Mary with a watchful eye.
How weird, right?
And so they waited. In customary fashion, Mary went to a private chamber where she was confined for 6 weeks before her expected due date of May 9th. Though the big day arrived, the baby didn't, and both she and the servants around her proposed that perhaps a miscalculation of delivery dates,
which would have been super common back then.
Yeah. Now settling on a new one in June, a month later. False reports almost immediately spread across the country, however, with some claiming the Queen had delivered a boy, and others stating she had simply died in childbirth.
Because she's, at this time, like, not hiding, but, like, she's in her private chamber, so no one's seen her. So she very well could have died.
And, or that her swollen midsection were symptomatic of a tumor rather than a pregnancy.
It's not a tumor.
Yeah.
This time it might have been.
Yeah. Despite the world of gossip going on around, one thing could be confirmed. Around late May, Mary's belly began to shrink. Unable to explain or understand what was happening to her body, she continued to wait as those around her slowly lost hope. June and July came and went. She was examined by August. She left the chamber childless and alone. She believed that God was punishing her for failing in a mission she set out to achieve just months earlier. At the time of her pregnancy, the people of England were divided between Protestants and Catholics. That would be wrapped up pretty quick, though. I mean, yeah, really quick. Mary, determined to unite her people, took the true religion of the land.
So she was like...
She's like, I'm going to unite the people under the true religion of the land. Took action by signing an act shortly before Christmas in 1554, which would result in the Marian persecutions, in which an estimated 240 men and 60 women were sentenced as Protestants and burned at the stake, earning her the name Bloody Mary forevermore.
So that's how she was like, I'm going to unite my people by murdering them.
By consolidating power.
Right?
Yeah. To this day, the tale of Bloody Mary, Queen of England, remains one of the most famous cases of supposed pseudocyesis, or phantom pregnancy.
She wanted it so bad
that
her body responded as if she was.
Oh, like a psychosomatic pregnancy.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Like you can actually convince your body. It's happened with people that have started off like trying to fake it. They've actually started showing symptoms. Their stomachs actually started growing. I don't know if it's... I don't know the science behind it, but that's basically what was happening. Also, it's thought that she's had a couple different miscarriages and things like that. So that was where part of that story came in. we stole your baby or whatever.
Mm-hmm. The history of Mary Tudor's multiple miscarriages and 2 phantom pregnancy is where I stole your baby variation. It's where that variation of the game
So that's
comes
why
from.
sometimes you're supposed to say, Mary, Mary, we stole your baby, or I stole your baby.
In this version, chanters call for Bloody Mary 3 times, but also taunt, I stole your baby, or I killed your baby.
Ooh.
Baby killer. That's
Because she did have some miscarriages, which is kind of messed up that this is a game people are playing. That's a little bit disrespectful.
Also, she burned 250 people
That's true.
alive.
I mean, I'm not defending her. I'm just saying that miscarriage can be a tough subject for some.
No, I'm saying
and how
it's kind of
fucked
like,
up is that people are like, this is part of a children's
if
game.
you want to taunt ghosts, why taunt murderous ghosts?
Right? Well, that's why she scratches your eyes out or takes you into the mirror world or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty intense. So you want to go play? No? You still don't want to play? There's a different variation of the Bloody Mary myth that I've recently come across, and this is a Japanese version.
Uh-huh.
I know I'm going to say this wrong. It's Hanako-san, or Tuare no Hanako-san, it means Hanako of the toilet, which is like
Okay.
the worst name. You're like, I'm the toilet ghost.
Well, right now all I have in my head is Mama say Mama sa Mama kusa. But and now you do, listener.
You're welcome.
Or you will in about 30 seconds. 30 to 45. It's implanted. Mama say Mama sa Mama kusa. All right, sorry. Ghost of the toilet?
Yeah, this one's a little different. It doesn't seem... instead of involving a mirror, it still involves a bathroom. So this is supposed to be the spirit of a World War II era girl, and she haunts school bathrooms. So I guess just all school bathrooms. So with this legend, you go to the 3rd stall of a women's restroom on the 3rd floor of a school. So I guess it's 3rd from the door. I don't know. You knock 3 times, and you say, "Are you there, Hanako-san?" And if you hear an answer, "I'm here," then you can go in the stall and there will be the spirit of a small girl with bobbed hair in a red skirt waiting for you, which is kind of creepy. Some say that after you summon her, her blood-stained hand will emerge from under the door, like to reach out to you if you don't come inside. And some of the versions of this story say that if you go into the stall, you'll get eaten by a 3-headed lizard.
Why 3 heads?
I don't know.
Which of the heads? All of the heads at the same time?
All of them. They're just going to all attack you. So I guess this is kind of like a bravery game, like to see if you're brave enough, to either go in the stall or to see the hand come out at you. It's kind of the same thing as Bloody Mary. It's just like, this could happen to you. Are you brave enough to tempt fates and see if you're going to have your eyes ripped out or
it kind of
get
sounds
eaten
like
by a 3-headed lizard?
It kind of sounds like Moaning Myrtle a little bit.
He's never read Harry Potter.
No. I've just seen the films.
Shame
Not even
him,
all the
shame
films.
him. Not one of us.
Don't wanna read internet.
How about a synopsis? Do you want the Reader's Digest version?
We'll be here all night.
Well, it's Hanako-san. Which one sounds more terrifying? I think the Hanako-san one sounds kind of fun if you don't go in to the stall, because that one's just like, if you don't go in, a creepy hand pops out. But it's also kind of funny because it's like, I guess kids do this at school a lot. So, because that's the point, you're just supposed to do it in a school. So could you imagine, like, all these kids sneaking out in the middle of class to go knock on the bathroom and yell? And how funny, too, if you hid in that stall. I'm sure kids do this to each other, hide in the stall, like, I'm here. And it's like, oh, shit. That would be the best way to play a trick. It's a little bit harder to do that with a Bloody Mary unless you have, like, a 2-way mirror setup going on or something. You can't really do anything with that. You just have to hope they freak themselves out. But with this one, there's a lot of more room for fun. For funs.
Yeah, sounds like. Yeah, definitely. If Bloody Mary were a thing, I'd be like, listen, your parents are dead.
Listen, your dad was a jerk.
You're dead.
You're dead.
Things have gotten better.
And that's when she says, now you're dead.
Divorce is allowed now, even amongst Catholicism. How about that?
How about them apples? Yeah. Is it fully allowed, or is it kind of like still like, well, if you have to?
Well,
it's
it's
like
one of
that.
those, yeah.
It's like, well,
yes.
I suppose. I think we should go play Bloody Mary. I mean, Charlie didn't work out so well for us.
Yeah, we're pretty stupid at Charlie. Like,
We didn't even get to record our second attempt. We didn't even bother because we're like, let's set this up and then we'll turn the mics on. It doesn't work with mechanical pencils either. No. It also doesn't work with regular pencils that are not hexagonal.
It makes for really good podcasting, too, as an audience.
It's great. You can hear like, clack, 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 clack. How do you... It's not working.
It's like flipping a coin, the radio show.
Well, we could do Bloody Mary for them.
Okay.
Oh, as I said that, your lights flickered.
What?
It was just the AC kicking on, but that was the most brilliant timing. As I said that, I was like, let's play Bloody Mary. Okay. All of the lights in his place just flickered.
Because my furnace kicked on?
Yeah. Your furnace?
Well, my heat pump.
Your furnace? Where are you from?
I'm from the Midwest where there are furnaces. Or furnace-eye.
Furnace-eye?
Yeah.
Isn't this great? You guys get to hear us talking about furnace-eye. Do we have the details on our special announcement that we get to announce?
No.
No? Do you want to get those details?
No.
Okay.
I have a recording.
You heard it here first. Shh, super secret. Stay tuned next episode because we have a really fun announcement for you guys.
Ooh, secret, mysterious.
You'll hear it here first.
We're growing. We're.
Shh. Super secret. Don't tell them until you have the details.
Okay.
Okie dokie. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening.
Keep the campfire
burning.
Hey, campers. Thanks for listening. Got any scary stories? Send them to campfirecurmudgeon@gmail.com or message us on Facebook. You can even send a text or leave a voicemail at 480-442-0124. Don't forget to visit us on Instagram and tweet us at CFCurmudge.